What's up, everyone? It's Willette with Urbex and Coasters, and today I'm in the Dells, and I was denied re-entry into where I'm supposed to be, but due to weather, I guess Zeus decided to have a temper tantrum today. But anyway, we decided to pick up the two that are not there. So our first one is this one right here, a Dragon Wagon. That turn has some decent laterals on it, but other than that, nothing all that special. But it's a fun plus one that doesn't cost that much. And that one is slightly more overpriced. I've done the one at Dino's. It's more expensive than the one at Dino's here, but I mean, at least this one doesn't have 4 rides I want to do and no unlimited options. So definitely a good plus one though. So when Mount Olympus is closed due to weather, you've got 2 plus ones here in the Dells to start our time here. They gave me a statue, but they're saying I have to wait till tomorrow to ride the rides because of the rain. You serious? Really? You can give me a statue, but you can't let me on the rides that I want to go on? So I just got credit number 600, Cyclops. Chose to do it on Cyclops instead of Hades due to the whole filling the train policy, and figuring we could get a good marathon in with it as 600, and it does have a good airtime pop in that ravine. So going down that hill, that is an excellent airtime pop. So I will say definitely a good ride. And here's the 600 sign. So Little Amerrika is an hour away, so we are going to go to Little Amerrika to clean up the lineup there, because, you know, that's only an hour away. And since, as you saw, Mount Olympus was closed yesterday, it is a little bit crowded today. So we're going to do that since we have all 4 of the Woodies here. What I'm going to say about them, I'm going to say Hades, Zeus, and Cyclops are pretty good. Zeus, nice area out and back. Cyclops, that dive off of the hill, that gives an awesome pop of airtime. Hades, awesome, absolutely fantastic ride. I did have an issue with an op, but you know, can't hold that against the ride. It like that tunnel, best tunnel in the world, gives some great airtime. Through that tunnel, I would say just make sure you're putting your hands down for that corkscrew. I know I've seen that in vlogs of this place before where people are analyzing why they have that sign that says the hands down thing. So yeah, that's my advice on that. I wouldn't say any of those 3 are overly rough. They're certainly in the acceptable rough category. Pegasus, the moment that everyone talks about, is actually not bad at all, but the ride itself is pretty rough. So those are my thoughts on the coasters of Mount Olympus. And now we're going to go to Little Amerrika and come back here in the evening. And now we've made it to Little Amerrika, and there's an issue here. There's a mouse, and it looks like a good mouse. It's an Alan Herschel, so we're definitely going to want to get it. There's a Woody. There's a chance to bog it. And that track appears to be pretty similar to the Pinfaris, so we shall see. That looks a little linier than the other rides, so might wait a little bit on it, but expect it to be pretty fun. It'll be my first one like that. I wasn't running overly aggressive, but was cool to get to ride an Alan Herschel mouse here. Definitely worth checking out for the rareness. Gotta love a manual op Woody, although judging by the color of that wood, I doubt any of it is left from its original location, because this ride has been twice relocated. I know a lot of enthusiasts don't like these things, but it's delightfully janky. There's no sort of head bashing to that. You know, maybe it is just that I'm more able to get myself into a tiny space, but I think it's delightfully janky. There it goes. And I didn't have to ride too defensively at all, but then again, I was sitting pretty far forward in the seat, so I didn't have to do too much defensive. There you go. So, their mouse here a riding technique that I was observing. So if you look at the vehicles, I'm going to try to not get people in the shots, but if you look at the vehicles, you can see that there's quite a bit of vehicle that is past where the wheel assembly is. If you are riding with multiple riders, a riding technique that will enhance this ride is to have the rider in the front all the way to the front, as far to the front as possible, and you can get some more forceful forces, especially at that ending, if you're riding like that rather than trying to sit in each other's lap. And it's also less awkward. So that's what I'll say about this ride. And yeah, like, great little wild mouse. I would say, other than that experience I got on Lagoons, which was not standard operations, this is my favorite mouse I've done. But yeah, that's how you're going to get the best ride on this, is you're going to take advantage of the fact that the wheel assembly ends way before the vehicle. They don't have the good Helios here. They do not have the good Helios here. So went back to Mount Olympus, got a few more on Hades, Zeus, and Cyclops. I'm going to say that Zeus, it's running better than most say it does. I mean, maybe he heard his daughter was coming and wanted to, and heard she likes airtime and wanted to, you know, give her some good airtime. So maybe that's something that played a role in it. But I mean, as far as Cyclops goes, that, again, that big moment that hits. Hades gives a great intense ride all throughout, and like, I mean, I would say that these three Woodies are great. Like, I mean, Pegasus has the potential to be a good family coaster, but I mean, that ride definitely needs some work, and it's not the moment that everyone talks about as bad. It's just that it's rough and doesn't do anything more so than that. But yeah, like, I mean, I'd say it's an all right park, but I don't like some of the policies that they have here. But yeah, some good ops, some bad ops that were not allowing re-rides even with open rows. So ops were mixed. But ultimately, glad I came here.